Session 29, Origins and Related Words. The French drill master, Jean Martinet, was the Inspector General of Infantry during the reign of King Louis XIV, and a stricter, more fanatic drill master France had never seen. It was from this time that the French army's reputation for discipline dated, and it is from the name of this Frenchman that we derive our English word martinet. The word is always used in a derogatory sense and generally shows resentment and anger on the part of the user. The secretary who calls his boss a martinet, the wife who applies the epithet to her husband, the worker who thus refers to the foreman. These speakers all show their contempt for the excessive, inhuman discipline to which they are asked to submit. Since martinet comes from a man's name, in the brief intermission which follows we shall discover that a number of picturesque English words are similarly derived. There are no related forms built on the same root. There is an adjective, martinetish, and another noun form, martinetism, but these are used only rarely. 2. A Greek fig shower. Sycophant comes to us from the Greeks, according to Shipley's Dictionary of Word. Origins. When a fellow wants to get a good mark, he may polish up an apple and place it on teacher's desk. His classmates call such a lad an apple shiner. Less complimentary localities use the term bootlicker. The Greeks had a name for it, fig shower. Sycophant is from Greek sykon, fig, and phainin, to show. This was the fellow that informed the officers in charge when 1. The figs in the sacred groves were being taken, or 2. When the Smyrna fig dealers were dodging the tariff. Thus a sycophant may appear to be a sort of stool pigeon, since the latter curries the favor of police officials by peaching on his fellow criminals. Sycophants may use this means of ingratiating themselves with influential citizens of the community, or they may use flattery, servile attentions, or any other form of insinuating themselves into someone's good graces. A sycophant practices sycophancy and has a sycophantic attitude. All three forms of the word are highly uncomplimentary. Use them with care. Material may be so delicate or fine in texture that anything behind it will show through. The Greek prefix dia means through, and phainin, as you now know, means to show. Hence such material is called diaphanous. Do not use the adjective in reference to all material that is transparent. For example, you would not call glass diaphanous, even though you can see right through it. But only material that is silky, gauzy, filmy, and in addition, transparent or practically transparent. The word is often applied to female garments, nightgowns, negligées, etc. 3. Just for one's own amusement. Dilettante is from the Italian verb dilettare, to delight. The dilettante paints, writes, composes, plays a musical instrument, or engages in scientific experiments purely for amusement, not to make money, become famous, or satisfy a deep creative urge. The latter, I presume, being the justifications for the time that professional artists, writers, composers, musicians, poets, and scientists spend at their chosen work. A dilettantish attitude is superficial, unprofessional. Dilettantism is superficial. Part-time dabbling in the type of activity that usually engages the full time and energy of the professional artist or scientist. Do not confuse the dilettante, who has a certain amount of native talent or ability, with the tyro, who is the inexperienced beginner in some art, but who may be full of ambition, drive, and energy. To call a person a tyro is to imply that he is just starting in some artistic, scientific, or professional field. He's not much good yet, because he has not had time to develop his skill, if any. The dilettante usually has some skill, but isn't doing much with it. On the other hand, anyone who has developed consummate skill in an artistic field, generally allied to music, is called a virtuoso like Heifetz or Menuhin on the violin, Horowitz, or Rubinstein on the piano. Pluralize virtuoso in the normal way, virtuosos, or if you wish to sound more sophisticated, give it the continental form, virtuosi. Similarly, the plural of dilettante is either dilettantes or dilettanti. The I ending for a plural is the Italian form and is common in musical circles. For example, libretto, the story or book of an opera, may be pluralized to libretti. Concerto, a form of musical composition, is pluralized concerti. However, the anglicized librettos and concertos are perfectly correct also. Libretto is pronounced libretto, libretti is libretti, concerto is concerto, and concerti is concerti. Suit your plural form, I would suggest, to the sophistication of your audience. 4. Masculine women. Virago comes, oddly enough, from the Latin word for man, vir. Perhaps the derivation is not so odd after all. A virago, far from being stereotypically feminine, that is, timid, delicate, low-spoken, etc., is stereotypically masculine in personality, coarse, aggressive, loud-mouthed. Termagant and harridan are words with essentially the same uncomplimentary meaning as virago. To call a brawling woman a virago, a termagant, and a harridan is admittedly repetitious, but is successful in relieving one's feelings. 5. The old man, Nicolas Chauvin, soldier of the French Empire, so vociferously and unceasingly aired his veneration of Napoleon Bonaparte that he became the laughingstock of all Europe. Thereafter, an exaggerated and blatant patriot was known as a chauvinist, and still is today. Chauvinism, by natural extension, applies to blatant veneration of or boastfulness about any other affiliation besides one's country. To be patriotic is to be normally proud of and devoted to one's country. To be chauvinistic is to exaggerate such pride and devotion to an obnoxious degree. We might digress here to investigate an etymological side road down which the word patriotic beckons. Patriotic is built on the Latin word pater, patris, father. One's country is, in a sense, one's fatherland. Let us see what other interesting words are built on this same root. 1. Patrimony, an inheritance from one's father. The money comes from the same root that gives us money, namely Juno Moneta, the Roman goddess who guarded the temples of finance. The adjective is patrimonial. 2. Patronymic, a name formed on the father's name, like Johnson, son of John, Martinson, Aronson, etc. The word combines pater, patris, with Greek onyma, name. Onyma plus the Greek prefix syn, with or together, forms synonym, a word of the same name, or meaning, etymologically, a together name. Onyma plus the prefix anti, against, forms antonym, a word of opposite meaning, etymologically, an against name. Onyma plus Greek homos, the same, forms homonym, a word that sounds like another but has a different meaning and spelling, like bear, way, to, etc. Etymologically, a same name. A homonym is more accurately called a homophone, a combination of homos, the same, and phone, sound. The adjective form of synonym is synonymous. Can you write and pronounce the adjective derived from antonym, homonym, homophone? 3. Paternity, fatherhood, as to question someone's paternity, to file a paternity suit in order to collect child support from the assumed, accused, or self-acknowledged father. The adjective is paternal, fatherly. Paternalism is the philosophy or system of governing a country or of managing a business or institution so that the citizens, employees, or staff are treated in a manner suggesting a father-children relationship. Such a system sounds, and often is, benign and protective, but plays havoc with the initiative, independence, and creativity of those in subordinate roles. The adjective is paternalistic. 4. Patriarch, a venerable, father-like old man, an old man in a ruling father-like position. Here, patris is combined with the Greek root archon, to rule. The adjective is patriarchal. The system is a patriarchy. 5. Patricide, the killing of one's father. Patris combines with side, a suffix derived from the Latin verb caedo, to kill. The adjective is patricidal. This list does not exhaust the number of words built on pater, father, but is sufficient to give you an idea of how closely related many English words are. In your reading, you will come across other words containing the letters pater or pater. You will be able to figure them out once you realize that the base is the word father. You might, if you feel ambitious, puzzle out the relationship to the father idea in the following words, checking with a dictionary to see how good your linguistic intuition is. 1. Patrician. 2. Patron. 3. Patronize. 4. Patronizing, adjective. 5. Paterfamilias. 6. Padre. 6. The old lady. Pater, patris is father. Mater, matris is mother. For example, 1. Matriarch, the mother ruler, the mother person that controls a large household, tribe, or country. This word, like patriarch, is built on the root archon, to rule. During the reign of Queen Elizabeth or Queen Victoria, England was a matriarchy. Can you figure out the adjective form? 2. Maternity, motherhood. 3. Maternal, motherly. 4. Matron, an older woman, one sufficiently mature to be a mother. The adjective matronly conjures up for many people a picture of a woman no longer in the glow of youth and possibly with a bit of added weight in the wrong places, so this word should be used with caution. It may be hazardous to your health if the lady you are so describing is of a tempestuous nature or is a virago. 5. Alma mater, etymologically soul mother, actually the school or college from which one has graduated and which, in a sense, is one's intellectual mother. 6. Matrimony, marriage. Though this word is similar to patrimony in spelling, it does not refer to money, as patrimony does. Unless, that is, you are cynical enough to believe that people marry for money. As the language was growing, marriage and children went hand in hand. It is therefore not surprising that the word for marriage should be built on the Latin root for mother. Of course, times have changed, but the sexist nature of the English language has not. The noun suffix money indicates state, condition, or result, as in sanctimony, parsimony, etc. The adjective is matrimonial. 7. Matricide, the killing of one's mother. The adjective. 7. Murder most foul. Murder, unfortunately, is an integral part of human life, so there is a word for almost every kind of killing you can think of. Let's look at some of them. 1. Suicide, killing oneself intentionally. Side plus sui, of oneself. This is both the act and the person who has been completely successful in performing the act. Partially doesn't count. Also, in colloquial usage, suicide is a verb. The adjective. 2. Fratricide, the killing of one's brother. Side plus frater, fratris, brother. The adjective. 3. Sororicide, the killing of one's sister. Side plus soror, sister. The adjective. 4. Homicide, the killing of a human being. Side plus homo, person. In law, homicide is the general term for any slaying. If intent and premeditation can be proved, the act is murder and punishable as such. If no such intent is present, the act is called manslaughter and receives a lighter punishment. Thus, if your mate/lover/spouse makes your life unbearable and you slip some arsenic into his/her coe one bright morning, you are committing murder. That is, if he or she succumbs. On the other hand, if you run your victim down, quite accidentally, with your car, bicycle, or wheelchair with no intent to kill, you will be accused of manslaughter. That is, if death results and if you can prove you didn't really mean it. It's all rather delicate, however, and you might do best to put thoughts of justifiable homicide out of your mind. The adjective? 5. Regicide, the killing of one's king, president, or other governing official. Booth committed regicide when he assassinated Abraham Lincoln. Adjective? Derivation, Latin rex, regis, king, plus side. 6. Uxoricide, the killing of one's wife. Adjective? Derivation, Latin uxor, wife, plus side. 7. Mariticide, the killing of one's husband. Adjective. Derivation, Latin maritus, husband, plus side. 8. Infanticide, the killing of a newborn child. Adjective. Derivation, Latin infans, infantis, baby, plus side. 9. Genocide, the killing of a whole race or nation. This is a comparatively new word, coined in 1944 by a UN official named Raphael Lemkin, to refer to the mass murder of the Jews, Poles, etc. ordered by Hitler. Adjective, derivation, Greek genos, race, kind, plus side. 10. Parricide, the killing of either or both parents. Adjective. Lizzie Borden was accused of and tried for parricide in the 1890s, but was not convicted. A bit of doggerel that was popular at the time, and so I've been told. Little girls jumped rope too, went somewhat as follows. Lizzie Borden took an axe, and gave her mother 40 whacks. And when she saw what she had done, she gave her father 41. Review of etymology. Prefix, root, suffix. 1. Sycon. 2. Phanein. 3. Dia. Quarta virgo. Quinta pater, patris. 6th, sin. 7th, onima. 8th, anti. 9th, homos. 10th, phone. 11th, iti. 12. Ism. 13th, al. 14. Ik. 15. Archine. 16th, side. 17. Mater, matrice. 18. Alma. 19. Moni. Viginti. Sui. 21st, frater. Fratris. 22nd, soror. 23rd, homo. 24th, rex, regis. 25. Uxor. Viginti, sex maritus. 27th, infans, infantis, baby. 28. Genos, race, kind. Using the words. Can you pronounce the words? 1. Martinetish. 2. Sycophancy. 3. Sycophantic. 4. Diaphanous. 5. Dilettante. 6. Dilettantism. 7. Dilettantish. 8. Tyro. 9th. Virtuoso. 10th. Virtuosi. 11th. Termagant. 12. Harridan. Can you pronounce the words? 1. Chauvinism. 2. Chauvinistic. 3. Patrimony. 4. Patronymic. 5. Synonym. 6. Synonymous. 7. Antonym. 8. Antonymous. 9. Homonym. 10th, homonymous. 11th, homophone. 12. Homophonous. Can you pronounce the words? 1. Paternity. 2. Paternal. 3. Paternalism. 4. Paternalistic. 5. Patriarch. 6. Patriarchal. 7. Patriarchy. 8. Patricide. 9. Patricidal. Can you pronounce the words? 1. Matriarch. 2. Matriarchy. 3. Matriarchal. 4. Maternity. 5. Maternal. 6. Matron. 7th. Matronly. 8. Alma mater. 9th. Matrimony. 10. Matrimonial. 11th. Matricide. 12. Matricidal. Can you pronounce the words? 1. Suicide. 2. Suicidal. 3. Fratricide. 4. Fratricidal. 5. Sororicide. 6. Sororicidal. 7th. Homicide. 8. Homicidal. 9. Regicide. 10. Regicidal. Can you pronounce the words? 1. Uxoricide. 2. Uxoricidal. 3. Meriticide. 4. Meridicidal. 5. Infanticide. 6. Infanticidal. 7. Genocide. 8. Genocidal. 9. Parricide. 10. Parricidal. Can you work with the words? A. Murder of one's father. B. Excessive patriotism. C. Murder of one's ruler. D. Inheritance from one's father. E. Murder of one's sister. F. Murder of one's brother. G. Murder of a person. H. Toadying. I. Murder of one's mother. J. Dabbling. Can you work with the words A. Marriage. B. Killing of one's child. C. Fatherhood. D. Mother, ruler. E. Killing of one's wife. F. Older woman. G. One's school or college. H. Motherhood. I. Old man in governing position. J. Killing of whole groups of people. Can you work with the words? A. Catering to people of power or position. B. Name from father. C. Dabblers. D. An accomplished musician. E. Filmy, gauzy. F. Blatantly over-patriotic. G. Loud-mouthed woman. H. A beginner. I. Killing of either or both parents. Can you work with the words? A system in which those in power have a father-child relationship with subordinates. B. Like a strict disciplinarian. C. Self-killing. D. Fatherly. E. Referring to or like those who play at an art. F. Words that sound alike but are spelled differently and have unrelated meanings. G. Words of similar meaning. H. Referring to or like an older woman. I. Husband killing. J. Words of opposite meaning. Can you work with the words? A. Motherly. B. Similar in meaning. C. Referring to a system in which older men are in power. D. The same in sound, but not in spelling or meaning. E. Likely to kill, referring to the killing of a person. F. Referring to a system in which older women are in power. G. Virago. H. Opposite in meaning. I. Referring to marriage. J. Words that sound the same. Do you understand the words? 1. Does a sycophantic attitude show sincere admiration? Yes or no? 2. Is a diaphanous gown revealing? Yes or no? 3. Does dilettantism show firmness and tenacity? Yes or no? 4. Is a tyro particularly skillful? Yes or no? 5. Is a violin virtuoso an accomplished musician? Yes or no? 6. Is a termagant a pleasant person? Yes or no? 8. Does chauvinism show modesty? Yes or no? 9. Does a substantial patrimony obviate financial insecurity? Yes or no? 10. If you know a person's patronymic, can you deduce his father's name? Yes or no? 11. Is a patriarch a male? Yes or no? 12. Does a matriarch have a good deal of power? Yes or no? 13. Does fratricide mean murder of one's sister? Yes or no? 14. Did the assassin of Abraham Lincoln commit regicide? Yes or no? 15. Do dictators and tyrants sometimes commit genocide? Yes or no? 16. Are an uxoricidal husband and his meridicidal wife likely to have a peaceful and affectionate marriage? Yes or no? Can you recall the words? 1. Father killing, noun. 2. Wife killing, noun. 3. Mature woman. 4. Toadying to people of influence, adjective. 5. Skilled musician. 6. Exaggerated patriotism. 7. Turbulent female. 3 words. 8. Name derived from father's name. 9. Powerful father figure in a ruling position. 10. Powerful mother figure in a ruling position. 11. Motherly. 12. Motherhood. 13. Marriage. 14. One school or college. 15. Attitude of catering to wealth or prestige. Noun. 16. Killing of a race or nation. 17. Dabbling in the fine arts. Noun. 18. A beginner in a field. 19. Plural of virtuoso, Italian form. 20. Having an attitude of excessive patriotism, adjective. 21. Inheritance from father. 22. Sheer, transparent. 23. Mother killing, noun. 24. Brother killing, noun. 25. Sister killing, noun. 26. Killing of a human being. 27. Killing of one's ruler. 28. Killing of a baby. 29. Killing of one's husband. 30. Killing of either parent or of both parents. Can you recall the words? 1. Words of similar meaning. 2. Words of opposite meaning. 3. Words of the same sound. 4. Fatherly. 5. Protective and fatherly toward one's subordinates. Adjective. 6. Older woman. 7. Self-destructive. 8. Meaning the same. Adjective. 9. Having opposite meanings. Adjective. 10. Sounding the same but spelled differently. Adjective. End of Session 29.